Hello there, Darin Steen here, coming to you from FatlossLifestyle.com. I got something to talk to you today. I've been getting lots and lots of texts and comments on my videos about should I warm up, when do I stretch, should I stretch intensely, how do I stretch, and do I need to cool down? Most of you guys know that if you want to change your body and gain muscle and lose fat, you got to get intense with 45 to 60 minutes of intense exercise using free weights, some functional movements, some kettlebells, some ab work, some interval cardio. Most of you know that, but what you don't know is that if you really want to reach your true potential and make sure that your body stays safe and so you can stay consistently making gains, that you do need to properly warm up and then do some light stretching, then do 45 to 50 to 60 minutes of intense exercise, then some intense stretching, and then a proper cool down. That's your proper order. It's very important at any age, but particularly in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. I'm in the best shape of my life at the age of 44 years old, and it didn't come with some trials and tribulations of learning these techniques that I'm sharing with you. So you might as well start in your 20s and 30s, because see, when you get older, your body tends to get drier, less range of motion, more stiff. Waking up in the morning, you got to really be more precautious, particularly when you're exercising. So these are vitally important rules that you need to follow, and you can benefit in your 20s, absolutely in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So here we go, 10-minute warm-up. You can do any low-level activity. You can do some jump rope. Okay, that's a great one, 50 to 100 jumps. That gets your core body temperature up. You can do some jumping jacks, some good old-fashioned calisthenic type activities, some kickboxing, kick and punch, 15 to 20 of those on each side. But my favorite way to warm up is a power walk. Power walk technique, if you know me and you've been following my interval cardio suggestions, you already know the power walk technique, but if you haven't, I'll demonstrate it here. It's 3 technique reminders. Stand tall, posture, shoulder back like a soldier, long stride challenge, keep your legs nice and stiff. So it's right here. It's just like a soldier, leaning back, nice and tall. What that does is it really activates all the muscles on the back side, buns, hamstrings, lower back. It's sensational, and I want you to utilize that 10-minute of warm-up to clear your head, because most of my clients come in here in the club, they're running late, they're texting, they're calling, they're thinking about the kids, they're dealing with their employees, and their mind's racing 100 miles an hour. I need to calm them down because I need them to treat this workout like a meditation, the same way you need to treat it. You need to get your mind in the muscle. You can't do that when you're thinking about 5 or 6 other things. So the 10-minute warm-up warms your core body temperature up so that we can get more safe out there in the workout, but it also starts to clear your head so you can focus on the task at hand, and that's going to complete failure safely, putting your mind in the muscle. It's a great time to do your goal setting, to do your visualization, to do your thinking of what you want. And I got another video about that, but it's an absolute great time to do that. I love to do it first thing in the morning. 10-minute warm-up on the treadmill using the power walk technique. Be in the manual mode, increase the speed by 0.1 every minute. So never jog, just include that power walk technique and go one click faster, 1/10 faster over the 10-minute warm-up. After the 10-minute warm-up, you want to do some general light stretching. All right, so just some range of motion type things. Arm circles, 10 or 15 this way, 10 or 15 the other way. Really start to lubricate those joints up. 4 stretches that I love that are mild stretches after the 10-minute warm-up before the intense activity is for the legs. I call this the cowboy kicker. So I want you to tap in the front and in the back, tap that side of that foot 10 or 12 times, and it really works that knee in a lateral way. It works that ankle, works that hip in a really different, unique way. Then after the cowboy kicker, I want you to grab your left foot with your right hand. I want you to slowly pull it up. Each stretch should last about 4 to 5 seconds. Exhale your air out into each stretch and take each stretch a little further, 3 or 4 times. So pull that heel up a little further, help that knee back a little bit if you want to, 4 or 5 seconds, and relax. So the third stretch is now going to go into the bun and the side of the thigh, the hip rotator muscles and tendons. I want you to put that ankle bone right up on the knee, push down on the left knee, push your right toe out, and then drop your left hand down. We're stretching the left glute. So I'm going to drop my left hand down and blow your air out. Don't blow it out, just let it come out softly. A little sigh helps. Come back out of it, take a big breath in. Now we're going to go a little deeper this time, and we're going to go again for 4 to 5 seconds. Drop your head down, let your air relax you into the stretch, elongating the muscle each time. Of course, we want to do the cowboy kicker on the opposite side. We want to do the quad stretch on the opposite side and the glute hip rotator stretch that we just did. The last stretch is a hamstring stretch. Keep your legs nice and stiff. Drop your head down. Relax your breath into it. Come back up. Big breath in. First time down, I usually get my middle finger. Next time, ring finger. Then pinky. Then knuckles. And then the fourth time, I love to do another one. I like to get the hands all the way down on the palms on the floor. So there's my light stretching for upper body, light stretching for lower body. Very important. Now you can go get intense on your resistance training with free weights, plyometrics, kettlebells, intense interval cardio, ab work. Now here's the key. In the last half of your intense exercise session, you need to lengthen out the target muscles. So 30 minutes into the intense workout, you just did a set of chest to failure. You need to stretch that chest out, get a buddy to pull your arms behind you, get a bar behind you, and then lower your body and really get a nice stretch on that chest. Grab a door jamb and turn away from it. You want to stretch it 2 or 3 times, same style that we did the moderate stretch, but you want to really increase that range of motion 3 or 4 times after each set. This is in the last half of your intense workout session. The reason why you want to do this is because when you go to failure and you contract, you're shortening the muscle, it's going to failure, it's putting lactic acid, that's the burning sensation, into the muscle. Lactic acid is like the exhaust out of a car tailpipe. When you jam on the gas, it's the negative byproduct of massive energy expenditure. Lactic acid makes the muscles get sore, they make them stay sore longer, so the lengthening out lengthens the muscle out after you shorten it several repetitions. It also starts to get fresh blood in there. That blood is the river of life. It takes all the nutrients that muscle needs to heal and recover to that target area, and it starts to get the lactic acid out of there so the muscles won't stay as sore and they won't get as sore as long. Very, very important. You will limit yourself if you don't stretch the last half of your intense workout session. If you don't stretch, you're really missing the boat. It feels great. You're able to do more productivity of intense activity after that. It's just a win-win situation all across the board. Every muscle group, you got to stretch it after you target it to failure in the last half of the session. You got to make it real intense. Use your common sense. If something doesn't feel right, then stop. But you got to really push that mind and that limit to how far you can take it. The core body temperature is nice and hot because you warmed up. You're intense working out for a half hour. Your body can take it. It's more pliable. The range of motion is incredible. And that's another thing with stretching is you increase the range of motion. And that's important because you don't want to get big and muscular and bound up, which is nearly impossible being drug-free athletes like we are. But it's still going to make you increase your range of motion, which is makes you a better athlete. So this isn't just about building up the body, it's about becoming healthier, better range of motion, and more athletic and more mobile, and that's what we all want. At the end, you need to cool down on the treadmill, a nice, slow, methodical stride, not a power walk stride, nice and slow. That cool down really starts the recovery process. It brings your heart rate down to normal, brings your breathing, respiratory rate down to normal. It starts to bring your mind out of that insane intensity of the intense workout back to normality or homeostasis. And it's a great, and when you go to failure or you just sprint 100 yards, the first inclination is to go down because it's a low energy state. And people who are depressed, people who are at a low energy state, they get pushed down. You want to stand up, get the sternum high, open the chest up, get your chin up. Energetically, that helps you get a higher energy level faster. And physiologically, it also opens up your lungs so that you can get more air in, and air fills in the blood with more oxygen. And then, of course, that helps recover the muscles faster. So it's really important. There you go. In summary, the takeaway, 5 things. Proper warm-up for 10 minutes. I love power walking on a treadmill. Light stretching, calisthenic type stretching, arm circles. The 4 light stretches for the lower body, the cowboy kicker, the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes on the back. And then 45 to 50, 60 minutes of intense working out to failure in the 15 rep range first set, 12 rep range second set, maybe 10 on the third set if you feel great. And then intense stretching. Each target muscle, lengthen it out, get the blood in there, start the recovery process, and then the cool down, 8 to 10 minute cool down on the treadmill, nice slow walking, and you already talked about the benefits of that. So there you go. There's the 5 things. That's the takeaway. You do have the knowledge. You got the power to change. Make it happen.